Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Stiliano. Today we're going to be learning about the artist named Laurel Birch. Laurel Birch was very famous for her fantastic felines. So this is the project that we're going to be doing. It is a painted cutout of one of her designs. So I will be guiding you through this project today. I'm going to put this to the side for now. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to find your tracer that you'll be using. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you have a white crayon, a black piece of paper, and your tracer. So go find those things, your white crayon, your black piece of paper, and your tracer. Once you have those things, you're going to take your cat, your kitty cat, and place it on your black piece of paper. And with the white crayon, you're going to carefully trace around it. Do you see how I'm holding it to keep it in place? That's an important step. That's for accuracy, to make sure it comes out accurate. Okay, so just take your time with this step. No need to rush. Once you trace it, go ahead and put your tracer to the side. Now each of my classes is getting 3 different colors to work with, including the color white. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using today. I also have my water cup. You guys have a bucket at your table. So here's what I'm going to be doing. When we look at our Laurel Birch picture, you're going to notice that there's many patterns and designs on it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some different patterns and designs, and then after that dries, we're going to work back into it. So one step at a time. First color I'm going to use is this. I'm going to go ahead and use that color. I'm done with that. I'm going to go ahead and wash it off. And now I'm going to use another color. I'm going to use this nice blue next to it. It's pretty nice, isn't it? You have a lot of freedom. You can paint this however you want. There's so much freedom in how you can possibly paint this. So start to notice what I'm doing as I'm painting. You know what? There we go. So you're just going to be using the colors that are on your table. Try not to contaminate your colors. You always want to make sure that you wash your brush really well between dips. Just like this. I knew I wanted to use the blue up here, so that's why I just went ahead and moved up here. It's okay if your colors mix on your picture. You just don't want to mix them in the palette because other people are using your palette. You want to make sure that it stays uncontaminated. But if your colors get a little mixed on your picture, that's okay with me. So we learned all about our San Francisco-based artist Laurel Birch today. Laurel Birch had it really hard in the beginning. She actually did not have a home to live in for a period of time. And she would sell these pins on the street, just like little pins that would go on your shirt. And they were of her cats. And all of a sudden she became very, very famous for her pins. And some people started to take notice. And someone found her one day, someone who had a lot of money. He owned a designing agency. Went ahead and hired her to come up with designs for clothing and for some other things. So all of a sudden she went from rags to riches. She's a real rags to riches story. It's nice to hear. But yes, she became extremely famous for her famous fantastic felines. So you can find a lot of things that have her felines on them if you go to different stores. I actually have a beach bag that has her fantastic felines on them. Okay, we're almost done with this step. See how much time we have. For you guys, you might be at the end of your class at this point. So if you are, you can actually take your picture and put it on the drying rack. So you just want to put it really, really carefully right on the drying rack. So otherwise, stick with me. The next step is this. You're going to find your really thin brush. So you should have a really super thin brush like this. Do you see it? Okay. the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to make my white lines that are in here. Okay? My white lines have all different patterns and designs in it. So this is a really fun part, I think. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be first putting a white line between each of my colors. Do you guys see? So everywhere that I have a color, right at the edge of the color goes a white line. So if you're not sure what I mean, just tune in for another minute, keep watching. Just like so. Okay, I'm almost done with this step. The fun's about to begin. Get ready. So I've gone and I've made sure that the separation between each of my colors has a white line. So that white line goes between the separation of two different colors. Alright, so now I'm going to continue using my white and I'm ready to start making some cool patterns. So I think the first thing that I'll do is make some circles in this one. Do they all have to be patterns? No, they don't all have to be patterns. Some can be designs, okay? I think in this one I'll make some zigzags. And you know what? I think I might even get a little fancy and add on to this one a little bit. You can come up with whatever patterns and designs you want. You do not have to use mine. This one I'm going to go ahead and put little square boxes. Just like this. And I think I'll put a dot in the middle of each box. Okay. So I'm just having some fun coming up with all different patterns and designs that I can use inside of my Laurel Birch Fantastic Feline. I've only done patterns so far. A pattern is something that repeats itself. A design does not have to repeat itself, so I think inside this tail I'll make a design. So that's more like a design. It doesn't repeat itself. It just is an interesting shape that I've made. So you can really play around at this part. I think I'm going to make some ocean waves up here. Okay. And I'm running out of ideas. Uh-oh. That's not good. If you run out of ideas, look at what your neighbor's doing. Sometimes they have very good ideas, those neighbors. It's okay to use their ideas. Try putting your own spin on it if you can. If everyone had to think of their own ideas all the time, we'd all be in some serious trouble. So don't worry about using someone else's idea. It's really okay to do that. Okay, I'm going to flip my picture around so that it's a little easier for me to use. Okay, and over here, I'm going to go ahead and keep painting inside this area. I think some hearts. I have an upside down heart. It's kind of cool, right? And some dots. I like dots a lot. And make some more lines. Okay, I'm up to the face. So now I can go ahead. I think I'm going to make the eyes right here. It seems like the perfect place for eyes, doesn't it? You can make your face however you want. Have some fun with it. I think I'm going to give it a heart nose. I feel like my two cats at home have heart noses, so it's probably just my imagination. But to me, they look like little hearts. I'm going to give it eyelashes. It's an eyelash kitty cat. Okay, so now I am ready to go ahead and cut this out. This is probably the next day, and this is dry already. Mine's not dry, but I'm going to be super careful. When you guys are cutting, yours will be dry. It will have been on the drying rack, because of course you're going to be taking a lot more time to do all these steps. So very carefully cutting out my kitty cat. I'm going to put my garbage to the side. And keep cutting it out. Please notice how slowly I'm going. It's very important to note that. I want you guys to go really slow as well. Okay, almost done. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, last step is going to take my kitty cat. It's going to be going onto a background such as this, some kind of background that has a pattern or design. This is a paisley design. When I glue, the rule is always just a dot, not a lot. Let me show you how that's done. A few simple dots will do it. Please do not go overboard with the glue. With the glue. And please don't make a glue puddle in the middle of your shape. Okay, putting glue in the middle is not going to do the job. And it's really just going to make a mess and waste our glue. We don't want any of those things. I go ahead and I take him and I'm going to hold him down. I like to hold him for about 10 seconds. I feel like 10 seconds is the magic number when it comes to gluing for how long you should hold down your piece. That's going to ensure that it's really glued. And voila, we have Laurel Birch kitty cats. Meow, 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 meow.